Hi everyone, my name is Michael Caslin and today I'll be discussing my final project for GIS 510. So for my final project, I intend to identify swine cavers and lagoons in Bladen County that are at risk during major flooding events. There are currently about 10 million hogs located in the state of North Carolina, and each individual hog creates about 10 times more waste than the average human, which is why it is important to identify hog farm locations at risk because all the hog waste is stored in open pit lagoons and can easily be breached during huge storms such as Hurricane Floyd and Matthew. For example, in Hurricane Floyd, hundreds of hogs have been killed and a lot of the waste lagoons have been breached and overflowed into nearby rivers. So, some of the geographic questions I intend to ask include: how many swine capos and lagoons are at risk during major flooding events in the county? Are the capos and lagoons clustered together, or are they well distributed? Can the capos and lagoons be located in anywhere else where it would be less vulnerable? And that sums my geographic questions. So, the data I have available, I had obtained from North Carolina State Libraries, the North Carolina Department of Transportation, and fris.nc.gov. I used this data through ArcMap and created a series of buffers based on specific criteria I had created. So, my criteria for that one question was to find capos and lagoons within 1,000 feet of or inside floodplains, and capos and lagoons within 1,000 feet of water bodies, which include rivers, lakes, and creeks. Then, after I create the series of buffers, I will intersect these features and determine how many of these capos and lagoons are at risk during major flooding events based off of this criteria. So, let's go to my web map. So for my web map, I currently have just capos, not lagoons, because if I put both together, one of them will most likely overlap the other one. It will be hard to see the lagoons, because almost every capo has at least one or two lagoons located nearby, well, a lot of them. And right here, I also include the floodplains and rivers. Didn't need to put the roads or highways in because it's already displayed within the map. And here you can see all the red dots are the criteria I created based off the series of buffers. And there are 16 capo sites that are at risk of major flooding events. I showed the buffers, the intersections there, but it shows you, gets you a good idea. Some of them fall within both criteria, and some of them does not. I intend to also do the same thing with lagoons. And since there's more lagoons than capos, I suspect there'll be more lagoons at risk during major flooding events than there are capos, which is probably even worse. Based on what I see right here, I expect that the outcome from my other question for whether some of them can be relocated or not would be hard to answer, but it's quite possible because I've seen some of this data is pretty old, so I've noticed that some of them, compared to ortho imagery, are no longer there. But for the sake of this assignment or project, I'm just going to say it's still there. And from my other question, I can easily determine whether the data is clustered, dispersed, or random based off of the average nearest neighbor tool that we used in the previous assignment. Well, that pretty much sums it up. Thanks for listening.